Mike Super is another top-ranked magician in America. Many years ago, NBC searched for the top 10, quote, mentalists in the world, and Mike was voted the winner of the NBC TV show Phenomenon. Mike says he's able to perform his magic through a spirit he has known since his childhood named Desmond. The spirit introduced itself to Mike when he was a child when it wrote its name supernaturally on a chalkboard over and over again.
In my childhood, I had a supernatural spirit attached to me. His name is Desmond. And to this day, I don't know exactly what it is. Some people have called it an angel, some people have called it a spirit. He's a big reason that I'm doing the show tonight. I'm going to introduce America to Desmond. Desmond came to me when I was about 6 years old. I had a chalkboard where he would write, "I am Desmond." This kept happening until one day I just said, "Hello, Desmond," and it stopped. And then other things started to happen. Working with a spirit energy comes with challenges because there's no control. So if Desmond doesn't show up, there's literally no act. Desmond has to show up. I can understand why you say that, yes. He's my spirit energy that I've sort of had a little communication with throughout my life. Ever since I was a kid, I wanted to make magic something that was interactive. I wanted the audience to experience it firsthand.
Mike's, quote, interactive magic includes having his, quote, spirit friend, Desmond, possess others.
Whatever I do to this doll, Desmond is going to make you feel. So I need you to sit up straight, close your eyes. Easy. Good.
What does that mean?
I've placed Desmond inside of you, Mel.
Mike does magic using his voodoo doll and sells autographed items promoting voodoo magic.
Well, thank you, everyone. Tonight, we're going to delve into a supernatural world, an ancient religion of voodoo. I have brought with me my voodoo doll. I need to know, do you believe in voodoo magic? Andy, you let them know when you feel it, man. You let them know.
Even though Mike promotes and practices voodoo in this 2014 interview, he claims to be a Christian. Mike goes on to speak about who Desmond might be. Quote, "I just quit trying to figure it out. It's always been a part of my life." So Mike still doesn't know what Desmond is, and he has given up trying to figure it out. Again, the name of the spirit that enables Mike to do all his magic calls itself Desmond. If you simply drop the S and the D in Desmond's name, you find out what Desmond really is: demon. This is the biggest magician in the Middle East. His name is Ahmed El-Baid. His start in magic began at the age of 5 after his grandfather taught him a trick. He has worked many false signs and wonders in his area of the world. Notice that he, like many of the other top magicians, likes to wear a shirt with a skull on it. Those who are into the occult have a fascination with death. God says in Proverbs 8:36, quote, "All who hate me love death." Hell is also eternal death. In Apocalypse 21:8, the Bible calls hell the second death, the one after a person's physical death. That's why these magicians clothe themselves with death. Their magic comes from hell.
Deep into my eyes, you're gonna feel a surge of energy.
It's a scary moment for the 18-year-old.
What do you see? We were just backstage, and she said, "Chris, can you do something with me?" You know, and I kind of got inside her mind, and she saw death in me, and she completely lost her mind. She completely freaked out.
What was that?
People see different things.
What was that?
It's what you saw in me. I want them to see and smell death.
Notice that sorcerers are specifically named among those who will receive eternal death and everlasting fire in hell.
I've had this nightmare of dying in the fire.
Jesus describes hell as a place of never-ending fire, and Apocalypse 14:11 refers to those in hell who have no rest day or night. The Greek word for sorcerer could also be translated as magician. Through demonic influence and the help of evil spirits, the sorcerer-magician is able to do things that defy a natural explanation.
As a practitioner in the art of conjuring, I'm actually able to do things now that, as a kid, I could only dream about.
If the magician is aggressive in his search, he will discover that reaching the highest level of success in magic involves dabbling in the occult, submission to or contact with a spirit. If that happens, the demon can enter the person or strongly influence or control him. This is why we see the top magicians immersing themselves in the occult, seances, contacting spirits, etc. The true God has revealed that practicing magic is similar to playing with a Ouija board. It's a way people open themselves up to demonic possession. Sadly, some are willing to let the devil have some control if it will enable them to achieve success or get what they want. The more a magician is open to the devil's influence, the more thoroughly the devil will control or influence him. The devil wants people involved in magic, but he won't get many interested in it if his top performers, his sorcerers, are doing things like foaming at the mouth. No, he wants his top magicians to come across as balanced, down-to-earth men, normal people who have cool skills.
Don't burn us magician guys. We're just guys doing cool stuff, you know?
The devil has gradually introduced the masses to the diabolical false religion of magic by presenting magic as if it's harmless fun and entertainment. But Satan uses magicians to deceive people and lead them to hell. In the Old Testament, Aaron turned his rod into a serpent before Pharaoh. Pharaoh's magicians were also able to turn their rods into serpents. But then Aaron's rod devoured the magician's rods. Jesus warns that in the last days, quote, "There shall arise false Christs and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders, insomuch as to deceive, if possible, even the elect." The signs and wonders Jesus mentions can include things such as false miracles. The magicians covered in this video certainly fit this prediction.
Earth, wind, fire, water. How can I manipulate those elements to create an apparent miracle? We're going to have to create miracles. You know, I'm going to create miracles in the audience. And you see miracles literally inches away.
I don't even know what you did.
That's not even a trick, is it?
It's not a trick. What I do is not tricks. Some people perceive it to be supernatural.
So I don't want people to be tricked. I'm not showing them a trick. It's about magic.
Who's the greatest magician, Dave, besides yourself?
Jesus Christ.
In the next clip, Criss Angel is angry because he feels Magician Dynamo stole his signature pose, which Criss says he got from Jesus.
But he even steals my my tableau, my pose, you know. Now I didn't invent that pose. That's depicted by Jesus Christ, but I was the guy to do that in magic, you know.
When Jesus was crucified, his flesh was pierced with nails and he hung on a cross for 3 hours. It's interesting that on one occasion, Criss Angel had hooks inserted into his back and then attached to a helicopter so that he could fly around in the air in his, quote, signature pose. He did something similar on another occasion. He described it in his book saying, quote, "I hung for 3 hours." Some of Jesus's most well-known miracles were walking on water, multiplying loaves and fishes, and changing water into wine. This is a magician named Yif. He is the most famous magician in China. He has appeared to change water into wine. He says that Jesus was a magician like him who lived 2,000 years ago and performed this miracle. Attempting to be like Jesus, Criss Angel walked on water when he walked on Lake Mead, which is located near Las Vegas, Nevada. Dynamo walked on the River Thames in front of thousands of people. This was the key moment in Dynamo's career as a false Christ and a false prophet. Dynamo described this event as, quote, the moment I'd been building up to my whole life. The false Christ Dynamo also appeared to cause many fish to come out of an empty bucket during his trip to South Africa.
They've been looking for a new street magician, and that guy is me. I'm gonna let you know that right now, Jabreezy. And I've been thinking about changing my name to Jabreezus, turning water into wine, walking on water, and Chicago's been down with that for a minute. It's your boy Jabreezy, or Jabreezus, and tune in to watch another Jabreezy episode. And we're gonna call these, like, I guess, verses from a Bible. So this is like chapter 1, verse 1.
At the age of 13, I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease. So I wasn't able to go outside for about a good 2 years. So I said, if I get one more chance, I want to do magic because I want to make my impact on this world. If the pin is here, then that must mean that the pencil is here. Watch this. If the pencil is here, then that must mean that the pen is
Garden of Eden was, quote, you will become as gods if you disobey God and eat the forbidden fruit. Throughout history, there have been those who, in order to have success, talent, fame, or fortune, have been willing to sacrifice their souls. Consider the following statements from some of the world's most famous magicians. They indicate a willingness to do almost anything to get what they wanted in this world.
Knowing if you believe and you want it enough, nothing's impossible.
As a magician, I think everything is possible.
Belief that anything is possible.
Magic is also a false religion because top performers frequently and unnecessarily risk their lives for the entertainment of others. This is a violation of God's commandment. In fact, many magicians admit that they constantly put their lives at risk for the entertainment of others.
And it's just really good to have everyone talking about the magic. The thing I love the most is that I get to do what I love. I put my life at risk at some times, like in this instance, for people's entertainment pleasure, and I just hope they keep enjoying it.
You're not going to believe our show. Tonight, I'm going to hang upside down from a burning rope and risk my life for your entertainment pleasure.
We are minutes away from David Copperfield putting his life on the line.
Once the torch starts burning through the rope, he'll be on a 90-second race with death.
Tonight, what I'm going to attempt is not an illusion, but rather an escape where the consequences could be deadly.
Darren Brown's acts of, quote, entertainment included risking his life playing Russian roulette on live TV. Brown put the gun directly to his head while pulling the trigger, attempting to avoid the one loaded chamber.
And also, James, I've signed a disclaimer. I've signed a form that absolves you from any legal responsibility for this, all right?
Criss Angel, quote, I know my family worries about me and my insane attempts at life or death situations.
This season, more than ever, I felt like, is this going to be the demonstration? It's going to be the nail in my coffin. It was nuts, but I knew that if I was going to die, I was going to die doing my art form. I really am possessed with pushing my own envelope. I'm going to push it too far one day. Pain is a beautiful thing. When you feel pain, you know you're alive.
In this clip, Dynamo says he is willing to die while performing magic because it may actually help spread the false religion of magic.
I believe magic is an art form, and I want to completely try and progress the art and move forwards with it. So, you know, I've got to push myself out of my comfort zone.
Yes.
And, you know, if I die for the art, well then at least I'll have pushed it forward and I'll be remembered.
That's where we would disagree on this subject. You don't want to die for your art. What's Stephen, what's going on with you?
You know, I want to leave a legacy.
The most terrifying thing I've done whilst filming Magician Impossible was a few weeks ago, actually, in LA. I was on top of a LA Times building, leaning over the edge, just before I walked down the wall. And it was terrifying. It was exhilarating all at the same time, but it was scary. And
the trouble is, I mean, what's next? I mean, the sort of path that you're on, it's getting more and more dangerous, isn't it? We want you around, David.
Well, the next one I decided I'm going to take all safety measures out. So the way the safety divers were able to jump in and invade the space because they were worried for me. The next one, there will be no ability for anybody to enter. So it's me either doing it or not doing it, but nobody can interfere.
I'd rather come out in a body bag than come out in the middle of it.
Some people think I have a death wish. For me, when I confront death is when I'm most alive. Let's see how it really looks like it's almost...
Yeah, it's in there.
Okay. You can see the bottom. Is it possible to see?
Oh, yeah,
through the top, see it going through. Yeah. Oh, you know what you could do? Here, you could pull it out for me if you want.
On a number of occasions, Blaine has stuck sharp objects right through parts of his body. Not only does he have no pain while he does this, there is no blood and no evidence of an entrance or exit wound when the blade is taken out.
See how it looks like?
That's the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. What are you doing?
Do you see how really believably...
Oh, I'm not good with this. That's crazy.
You see that?
How are you... Wait, what do you mean, how are you doing it? You've stuck a needle through your arm.
It looks pretty real, right?
Sorry, I don't understand. How is that not real? What do you mean it looks pretty real?
Well, it looks really real, right?
I don't understand. Right, okay. Obviously, if that is a trick, how is that a trick? How is that not a needle going through your arm?
You know what, Ricky, here, do me a favor. Grab the needle right here.
Yeah?
And pull it out so you could see the magic trick. Go ahead, grab it. Yeah, good. Grab
What do you
it.
mean?
Yeah,
We'll pull it out all the way it's come?
Yeah, pull it out. Good. Just pull it right out.
Right, okay.
Pull it out.
Is that needle going through your arm?
Well, pull it out and you'll see how it works. Pull it.
I don't understand.
Pull. Pull.
Oh, David, what have you done? Are you a maniac? This is real. Sorry, this is real. That's real. That's not a trick.
There was a man from the Netherlands named Miran Dajo. Hanging around pubs, he made money by letting people pierce his body with, quote, dagger-like objects. He also swallowed glass and razor blades. He was also able to have swords and other items pass right through his body, quote, astounding the medical community. Dajo allowed doctors themselves to pierce him. Dajo even ran several laps in front of doctors with a blade right through his body. He said he could do this because he had, according to Dajo's assistant, the help of several guardian angels. Dajo said his message and mission was to unite mankind. During Dajo's early years, he had all sorts of, quote, paranormal experiences and claimed to be a prophet. In 1947, headlines read that Dajo was, quote, like a second Messiah. Dajo's angels would tell him what tests he had to subject his body to. In 1948, these angels told Dajo to eat a steel needle. Shortly after he did this, one of his arteries ruptured, killing him. When the devil has concluded that he has used a magician long enough, he may decide to kill him. If God allows the devil to kill the human instrument he's using, that person dies and descends into the eternal torments of hell. The angels that were helping Dajo during his life were fallen angels, that is to say, demons. The Bible says that Satan will transform himself into an angel of light in order to deceive people.
I'm Jabri, the God. I created angels.
I'm the king of the world!
For that one moment, I look at people's faces, you can kind of start a religion at that moment.
We're with David Copperfield, one of the best magicians of all time. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very good. It's warm out. Thank you for the weather. You can give me credit for the weather because, I'm a magician.
You can make that happen.
I could make it happen if you want to give me the credit. That's true. Well, I think magic in itself, obviously, is taking Mother Nature and turning it upside down. It's taking Mother Nature and saying, hey, ignore the rules that life gives you, the fact that you can't float and you can't disappear and you can't be sawed in half and things aren't supposed to appear and disappear. Throw that out the window.
I had the world at my feet. I was living the dream, and it seemed like nothing could stop me.
What do you say to people that kind of think there's something else behind your magic, another force behind your magic, or something that helps you create these illusions?
Maybe there is.
By accepting Satan's offer, some of these magicians have received the ability to perform great signs and wonders. They also receive incredible wealth, fame, and the world's praises during their short time on earth. Matthew 4:8 says that the devil showed Jesus all the kingdoms of the world and the glory of them. He told Jesus that he would give him all these things, quote, "If falling down you will adore me." These magicians receive what some believe is paradise on earth. David Copperfield owns 11 islands in the southern Bahamas, described on his website as, quote, truly paradise on earth. On his website, davidcopperfield.com, Copperfield has a quick video tour of his islands. The link is called Enter Paradise.
Growing up, I took cards with me everywhere that I would go. I never dreamed that those 52 cards would take me all over the world.
When I was a kid, I used to dream about a place where anything was possible. A world where I could do anything and be anything I wanted to be, and nothing could hold me back. So I became a magician, a master of the impossible, and somehow my dream came true.
These magicians have been used by Satan to get people involved with the occultic false religion of magic. The devil wants people to practice or endorse it. He also wants people to praise those who engage in the demonic art of sorcery. This is a way the devil implicates people in mortal sin. It's also how he possesses people or brings them under the control of demons. Before the judgment seat of Christ, the devil will then be able to accuse and convict numerous souls of breaking God's law through their endorsement of or direct involvement in sorcery.
He's with me here tonight, and I would like to introduce all of you to my spirit energy, Desmond.
Okay.
Including you, Heidi. But I need you all to be open to it. Are you open to meeting Desmond? Good.
Stay where you are, because in a minute I'm going to ask you to touch your TV screen, and you're not going to believe what you're going to, follow my instructions exactly, you're not going to believe what's going to happen. It's going to actually happen to you right at home.
Later, you will be asked to touch your television screen and take part in an illusion with David Copperfield. Follow his instructions and you'll experience the magic right in your own home.
It's your turn to get into the act. The only thing I ask you is to come up to the television, close enough to touch the screen. It's important that you can touch the screen because you're going to feel and experience something totally amazing.
In this clip, Copperfield asks the crowd and the national TV audience to venerate or worship him.
Everybody go like this. Go like this. Everybody go like this. Go like this. Everybody at home too. Go like this.
The message on the screen tells the viewers at home to, quote, do it now.
Everybody try this. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. Do it. Close your eyes.
Later on, Copperfield speaks to those who volunteered to participate in one of his magic acts. He tells them that he is sending them to hell, that hell is hotter than Hawaii, and that they will be seeing familiar faces in hell.
It's totally out in the open. We have nothing to hide. You all look a little scared. Don't worry, we're just going to send you all straight to hell. Hell is just like Hawaii, only hotter, with more familiar faces. After you get your flashlights, I'm going to have you close your eyes and picture your perfect place. That's where you're going to go. I need you all to raise your right hand. People in the audience, raise your right hand, raise your right hand. We're not going to cut the camera. Keep it rolling. Take them up into the air. Witnesses, make sure you can see all the way around the sides and behind. Brooke, over here, Brooke. Stick your hand out the side, right here. Down, 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 down. Good, take this flashlight. And both of you take your seats and tell me when you're ready. Then close your eyes and picture your perfect place.